What's going on, YouTube? Today we are talking about Dustin versus Charles Oliveira, right? Should be Chandler versus Charles, but there's been speculation or rumors going around that the fight is going to be is in jeopardy. That Chandler might be pulling out, and so Charles needs to find. The UFC needs to find a replacement for Charles, and Charles Oliveira, or actually Dustin, commented on or replied to Charles posting like a question mark face. He said, "I'm in." So that is crazy news. Could we get Charles versus Dustin 2 on UFC 309? That's in a week. That would be almost a week, a little bit more than a week. That would be absolutely insane. The card's already kind of like, I wouldn't say it's stacked. I think it's a good card, right? David Onama, he's a good fighter. I mean, some vets, right? Some more vets. Charles Weidman or Chris Weidman. Jonathan Martinez is a good fighter, right? And then we look at the main card: John Jones, Stipe. I mean, come on, John Jones is gonna destroy Stipe. I think we'll see what happens. Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. That could be a banger. Could not be. Could just be Bo Nickel running over Paul Craig, but it could be Paul Craig doing the miraculous like he's always done and pulling a miracle and getting a submission win over Bo Nickel. That would be absolutely insane. I don't see a world where Paul Craig knocks out Bo Nickel, but and then looking at the early prelims, I mean, Veronica Hardy's a good fighter. Um, Mickey Gall, that might be interesting. I haven't heard of the other guy, but yeah, crazy news, crazy. Let's go back to the Dustin. There was speculation that it could be in jeopardy, but there's also been a tweet from Ariel Hawani that said that it's not in jeopardy, right? That he had a conversation with Charles or with um Michael Chandler, and he said that it doesn't seem like it's on jeopardy, but there's still speculations that it could be happening, could not be happening. Would you guys be? I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Dustin versus Charles too, right? That was already a banger fight. Um, it lasted 3 rounds, right? Obviously, Charles submitted Dustin. Dustin's been on a hot streak. Could he beat Charles Oliveira? I mean, it's not for a title. So honestly, the fact that it's not for a title, I feel like there's less pressure on Dustin. So he might be able to pull off a win. So looking at Dustin's record here, he lost to Islam last, right? Then beat Benil or Benat Santini. I bet on him to win there. Lost to Justin Gaethje via head kick. So I mean, will he? Could he beat Charles Oliveira? Yes, right. Especially the fact that it's not for a title. I feel like there's more reason to want to bet on Dustin, right? Because obviously we know Dustin doesn't do so well on forward title fights. Should be doing better, right? Should the probably the best fighter on the UFC roster that doesn't has never touched the championship. Obviously he had the BMF belt, but never has, or he didn't even have the BM. Yeah, he's never touched a belt. Oh no, he did have the BMF belt. He won it from versus Max Holloway. So yeah, honestly, probably the best fighter that's never touched UFC gold, right? But that's crazy news, right? Regardless if it's happening or if it's not, right? I think Charles versus Chandler is going to be a good fight, but I would, much like everyone else, I would much rather see this fight, Dustin versus Charles, than Charles versus Chandler, right? Chandler hasn't fought in how many years? It's been a while. Let's see if I can Chandler, Iron Mike Chandler. 2022 is his last fight, really? Against Dustin? That's crazy. 2 years no fighting because he's been obviously he was waiting for the money fight with Connor, but that's crazy. 2 years not fighting. Oliveira just fought, lost to Armin. That was earlier this year, and it was a good fight. I don't know if you could say that it was a close fight. I feel like Armin was controlling that fight the whole time. Yeah, and then yeah, beat Benil Dariush. in crazy fast. That was late last year, not really, like mid last year. So I mean, I think, will Michael Chandler see ring rust? Probably. I feel like he's the type of guy to not feel that, like, not get that ring rust, but he's also older, right? I think he's like 36. So I'm not good at quick math, but yeah, he's older, right? Charles Oliveira's younger. He's been active. I feel like Oliveira takes this one. Um Let me know what you guys think though in the comments below, right? Let me know how you feel about this, right? Would you rather see Charles versus Oliveira, or Charles versus Chandler, or Charles versus Dustin? Let me know who you think is gonna win, right? If the Chandler fight stays active, or even if not, like, who do you think would win in a rematch between Dustin and Charles Oliveira? And also, who do you think is gonna win in this fight that's supposedly not, just rumors going around, just rumors going around that it could not be happening, it could be happening, right? So either way, Dustin said he's in. Obviously, I mean, that's Dustin. That's classic Dustin Poirier, right? He's down to fight anyone at any time. He's someone that I will never bet against, even against Charles Oliveira, right? I would never bet against Dustin because you never know what's gonna happen. But um, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this whole card, UFC 309. I think it's gonna be a good one. Um, and then we got the fights this weekend as well. But UFC 309, I think it's going to be a good one. I'll probably put up my predictions for the fights coming up sometime this week, as well as 309 probably sometime next week. So be on the lookout for those. And then yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Give me a like if you appreciate these videos. If you want to see more of this content, and we'll go from there. Have a good one, guys.